inside of you. You got to discover it. You got to find it. My goal is for you to fundamentally think. You can do it. Is that good? You know what? Your pain is your power. It's your relational power. It's how you're going to be able to connect with people in your life. I call this my 3 M's for success. Just really cool little acronyms. Definitely want to write these down. The first M, and you're going to be tested, so pay attention. No sleepers. I will call you out. The first M is mindset. Mindset is so important. I used to think it's all hokey pokey, and guys would get up and they start talking about mindset, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be some magician that comes up on the stage, pulls a rabbit out of his hat, you know, gonna all these funny things. I always thought it was just hokey pokey. You know, the billionaire that I spoke with at Harvard, the thing that we spoke about the most was his struggles and his mindset. It wasn't about mechanics, and it wasn't about all these other things. It wasn't about the money. It was about mindset, the things you had to overcome. So you need to visualize the thing that you want. You need to see it, feel it, believe in it, and make your mental blueprint and begin. Start. Take action. You've heard that many times. Take action. Start. Take a step in the right direction. I forgot who said this, but it was something along the lines of, if you just increase and get better 1% every day, that in a year you'll be unrecognizable. Isn't that exciting? Unrecognizable. So don't worry about having to create and build Rome in a day. Everybody goes through their challenges. Everybody does. But if you just put that one step in front of each other and you do it every day, in a year you'll be unrecognizable. So mindset is hugely important. You gotta be a mouse. I love this mouse. Say, I am. Say, I am. That mouse. Turn to your neighbor, point to him. Say, you are. That mouse. Turn to your other neighbor, other side. Say, you are. That mouse. You gotta be unstoppable. You gotta be unstoppable. You think that he doesn't think there's challenge there? You think that that trap doesn't intimidate him? You think those things in your life that you're going through, you're the only person who goes through those? You're not. You can do it. You know what? You have to believe you can do it. The belief comes from inside of you. I believe God gives every one of us those things that you can have, that belief inside of you. You gotta discover it, you gotta find it. You gotta find it. And once you do, you gotta embrace it. And you gotta believe that you can get the cheese. Say, I will. I will. Get the cheese. Turn to your neighbor and say, you will. Get that cheese. That's right. Absolutely. You are the mouse, and you're a mighty mouse. You're a mighty mouse. Come on now, do you believe it? Do you really believe it? Because everybody else is saying you can't do it. Do you believe it? Do you really want to have success? Do you really want to have it? I'm talking about the success that changes everything in your life. I'm talking about the success for your kids that you can leave a legacy for. Do you want that success? Do you want it? Then you gotta be the mouse. Be the mouse. There's no such thing as constraints. There's none. There are only constraints in the human mind. No walls around the human spirit, no barriers to our progress except those we ourselves erect. Mr. Ronald Reagan. What a true statement. All the things that we see in our life, all the things that hold us back, the trap for the mouse. We can overcome anything. You can do all things, I believe, with God who strengthens you. What really matters, what Albert Einstein, someone that was pretty smart, had to say. Many of the things that you count don't count. Many of the things you can't count really count. What does he mean? How can you count mindset, right? How can you count drive? How can you see how much passion someone has in something? You can't really count it, but I will tell you that that's what matters. That's what's going to separate you from the guy that is 3 feet from gold. You're gonna keep on going, and you're going to get the cheese. Say, I will. Get the cheese. That's right. Solitude is a place of purification. You know, I think prayer is hugely important. In my life, at 37 years old, one thing I do every single morning is I get up and I hug my pillow. And I say, thank you, Lord, for another day. Thanks, God, for another day of just opportunity and breathe air in my lungs and be able to walk and be able to see and feel and touch and experience an amazing day. I mean, in the shower, I say this every single morning. I say, my worst day is somebody else's paradise. You're welcome to take that. It sets the tone for the day. It sets the tone to be grateful. How many people believe being grateful is important? How many people think that most successful people in the world are pretty grateful?